Now, Jeff, I've got to ask you before you take a sip, is that part of your calorie intake for the day?
I should be counting it.
Yeah, but you're not.
But I'm not today.
It's a big year. It's been a big year. But I will say Chris has jumped the gun by about 10 minutes. But anyway, that's all right. We'll change things up a bit.
This is a Christmas special. You can do whatever you want.
Christmas special. So Jeff,
Yes.
mate, first question we've got for you, and try not to. You could probably go on forever and a day about it, but just give us a quick elevator pitch. What has the year 2021 been like for you and Go Figure Collectibles?
All right, 2021's just been pretty shit. When you're closed for most of it, it's pretty hard to run a business when 45% of your sales come from in-store.
Yeah.
So as soon as we close the doors, it's a 45% hit drop. So as you can imagine, that's pretty much for any business. You cut 45% out, it's going to take a hit, big hit.
Yeah.
It made it tough. We got through it, but if there's another one, it's going to be even tougher.
Yeah. And have you seen a lot of people through the doors since you've reopened?
Yeah, it's been in store has been pretty steady, especially Christmas now, especially this week has really started to really ramp up. Yeah. So that's all been all good. But yeah, it's whatever's going to happen now. 2022 is I have no idea because finishing 2020. I had no idea that 2021 was going to be worse than 2020.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be an interesting ride next year.
So let's just get the two negative questions out of the way. So next question is, where are we at with Mattel, with Go Figure and Mattel?
With Mattel?
Yep.
Where we were prior to signing that contract, going back to that.
Yep.
Which basically means we're just going to order drips and we place our order, and they will just, if we place an order for 50 cases of Elites, they may send us 5 cases, and we have no idea what they're going to send us. So basically, nothing. Unfortunately, I've cancelled. We had one more month left, which was December, and we cancelled that month simply because they just couldn't live up to the agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, the agreement was simply we would get new stock in, the latest stock in each and every month. That's for Elites, Basics, 2-packs, and the Ultimates. And they have pretty much dropped the ball on all accounts.
Yeah.
So, and, every time we've complained, they said, all right, the first time they screwed it up, they said, the warehouse can't differentiate between the Elites or Basics. So we decided, they said, well, as a favor to us, they said, just give us the dash codes on each box because there's a specific dash code. So, for example, for us, for Mattel Australia, Elites is called GDF 60. They don't even call them Elites. They're just a number. So they said, all right, GDF 60, and going by the boxes on the cases, they'll have a letter after it. For example, it will be M from Marion, and then Target versions will be N. So there'll be M, and then the next one will be N. And I know that Target's going to get, so they get their special orders Target. We've got the extra figure in it. So they said, you just give us the dash code of what you want. I'm thinking how hard that's perfect. So I just kept a track. I knew, all right, well, last month was letter L. This month, give me M. Sure enough, they still botched it up.
Yeah, wow.
So when we were supposed to get Elite, what was it, 87?
Yep.
There was a major, the whole error came about is because Mattel have had a major problem this year with two things. One has been, of all things, pallet shortage.
Oh,
Can you believe that? I
Timber.
didn't believe it at first, but they were saying, "Oh, we can't get your order out because there's not enough pallets."
Yeah.
Like, how can you not have enough pallets?
Yeah.
But then they explained it to me is because of the bushfires. Was at the start of the year or something that there's just not enough pallets. There's a pallet shortage Australia wide.
Yeah.
And they also said it's due to because of COVID with the people having to isolate. Every time there's somebody that's a close contact, then they have to isolate. And there were so many staff being in isolation that they were always short-staffed, and they've even had to get staff from interstate to come down to Melbourne to try and help orders out. So they've said that the CEO of Mattel Australia sent a generic email to everybody and explained that they've let everybody down this year, but they couldn't do much about it. They're trying to do everything. They said it's not the problem is not being able to get the stock. The problem is getting the stock out of the warehouse. And the thing is with Mattel, the way they distribute their orders, it's not like, all right, I'm placing my order at the start of this month, and they pick the order and they hold it until it's ready to go. It doesn't work like that. With them, if I place my order at the start of the month, but because there's a pallet shortage or because there's not enough staff members there and they can't get the order out for another 3 weeks, they don't pick the order until it's ready to go out.
Yeah.
So that whole time I placed the order until it's ready to be dispatched. This is what happened with Elite 87. So they couldn't get my order out for Elite 87. So they just waited until there's pallets and staff. And by the time my order was ready to go, Elite 88 came in, and they've just shipped me 88. So they missed 87.
No.
So I tried to tell them I need 87. I've got a ton of back orders for it. And sure enough, they said we don't have any stock of that particular dash code anymore.
Bloody hell.
That must be there.
What a nightmare.
So then we got a shit ton of 88s in as well. So that particular month was not bad. We got a whole lot of stock in basics, although they screwed it up because we ended up getting basics 124, but they skipped 122 and 123 for us. And we still had pre-orders for those. So that's more refunds that we had to give our customers. Ultimates were supposed to be scheduled for August. Then you get an email saying they've been pushed back to December.
Yeah, right.
Well, they didn't tell us which ultimates we were getting, but I was going by guesstimates that what was supposed to be coming out in August in the States. I'm guessing that's what we're going to get. So that's when I put out the Austin and the Flare, I think it is. We put that up for that August-September due date. And then we get the email saying it's coming in December. And now I'm thinking, oh, man, now they're just going to completely screw it up because the chances of getting the Austin and Flares now in December are slim to none. Now I'm thinking they're going to give us rock and silver.
Yeah.
So they've screwed that up as well. So then the following month when we were supposed to get series, we got an email saying, all right, we're dispatching the next delivery. So we get an invoice for approximately like $20,000. This is our deal was roughly it was going to cost me about $20,000 a month.
Wow.
I thought, all right, we can do it with pre-orders. We're selling 2-3 months in advance on pre-orders. We can do it. But now with no pre-orders, we can't do pre-orders anymore because we don't know what we're going to get in the future.
Yeah.
But we've got an email. Anyway, going back, we've got an email saying that they're dispatching our next order and it's due in the next couple of days. Here's the invoice. But the invoice doesn't tell you exactly what you're going to get. It just says elites, basics. So we're expecting, all right, they're going to give us Series 89 now since we got Series 88 the previous month. To my shock, horror, they gave us 4 pallets of stock. That's 4 pallets of basics, 2 packs, elites, and the basics. Out of all that stuff, they sent us a double dose of basics. We ordered 20 cases of basics. They sent us 40.
Wow.
And that was all basics 124 instead of 122 and 123. So, but then the kicker was, and I don't know where they got these quantities from either, they sent us a further 120 cases of Elite 88. 88, the ones that we just got like literally 3-4 weeks before. So now that makes a total of 200 cases they've sent us of Elite 88. We can't sell 200 cases of Elite 88. So they botched that up. And then the 2 packs, they botched that up as well because they gave us double what we ordered. We ordered 20 cases of battle packs. And they gave us 40 cases, and it was the same 40. It was the same series that we got the previous month.
Mate, what a headache! What an absolute headache it's been. And so, just to clarify, it's Mattel Australia, not Mattel itself. It's Mattel Australia that's bugging up.
Mattel Australia. Mattel Australia say that they don't get a choice of what is sent by Mattel US. They say that Mattel Australia is just a drop in the ocean compared to how much they sell all around the world, especially compared to the US. Yeah. And that because of that, it shouldn't matter, but because we were such small fish compared to, in that respect, that we just get the drips and drabs sent to us. And to make it worse, Mattel Australia don't even dispatch their own orders. This is the problem. They use a third party that really they don't give a shit. They just can't. Mattel Australia reckon they can't do particular series because the third party company can't do it. I personally think that's full of shit. I believe my theory is they do it this way so they're not stuck with old stock that shops don't want. Because obviously the shops want the latest, freshest series. And if they've only gotten rid of, for example, half of their Elite 85s and then 86 comes in, the shops are going to want 86s. And then not many stores are going to order the 85s. No. So my guess is it's just a way to get rid of older stock, to keep it that way. Because how hard, I mean, I'm talking about the smallest businesses, the smallest wholesalers that we deal with can do this, let alone a mega giant like Mattel that can't do it. Come on.
Yeah, it sounds a bit
any buffering can do it.
Yeah.
It says on the box what it is.
Yeah.
So, but what the kicker really is to me, because I've complained to them over and over and over and over again, how many times that, because according to them, I had a meeting with the heads of Mattel a couple of months ago, and they're trying to tell me that the stock is sent out randomly. So whatever elites is there, that's what they send you. But when I put it to them that how is it that Target get the latest series each and every month either the end of the month or the start of the month.